Welcome. Hello. There you are. Hello, everybody.
Welcome.
Weepy Bonita.
All right, we'll be right back. This is going to be a fun episode. Let's get that coffee going.
I had mine. Red for jelly.
All right, welcome everybody to this, I would say, a special episode of Coffee with Couple.
Florida.
So, as the title says,
Bonita.
we are all about Florida. As I'm wearing my kind of Jimmy Buffett shirt here and getting Florida ready,
Rainbow Sunshine Land.
even though I'm already living here. But hey, for those who don't,
That's Fountain of Youth.
this is for, I guess, more so you guys. We do have a,
I mean, we enjoy
I
it
don't
too.
know, we will bring you lots and lots of footage of video. We will get to that very momentarily. However, there is a
2
plot
weeks worth.
twist. We have a plot twist.
We do?
The 3 weeks of endeavors and travels and stops, lots of stops. And, well,
I think we're
I don't
mostly
know.
just going to let it play just to enjoy it. It's been very difficult putting this video together.
That is true.
Editing snafus, if you will, because originally, I mean, we had to do this like twice, and then the second time we broke it into 2 parts. 2-hour video that had to get scrapped. For 2 weeks, that felt like longer and more of footage, and this 2-week trip advisory travel agent because we feel this way. We felt like it was more like a job and we made the best of it. My folks came to town. We haven't seen them since we moved down here in just over 2 years, close to 2.5. So they were like, they're like 70, late 60s. They haven't been to Florida since like the late 70s, funny enough.
Yes.
So they were like, oh, well, then they were on the Atlantic side because we live on the Gulf side near Tampa, south of Tampa. So they were like, hey, they gave us a 3-month warning at least. We're going to come down, get some ideas together. Where have you been? Where do you like to go? Where have you not been? Just some ideas. Well, we put a lot of ideas together because.
Wrong one.
That was a teaser. No, okay.
Yes, that was a teaser.
Let us know if the audio is okay while it plays. It's mostly music. There are very few parts with a little bit of talking because we have our inside jokes with each other and we don't mind sharing them with y'all. So,
Yes.
I don't. I just want to say It sounds like I want to say negative Nancy to be like, oh, your folks came to town and you made the best of it. Because we actually felt like travel agency worker tourist people and showing them around, giving them advice, telling them earlier the better. I'm not a morning person, but when you make plans to go somewhere in Florida, earlier the better. I mean, like an hour or two before sunrise.
Yeah.
Especially if it's
Key
Key
West.
West. I'll just say, especially if it's Key
Yes.
West. It's the cheapest thing to do. It's still expensive, but the cheapest thing to do is to stay in Homestead / Florida City. It's like the farthest in a nice hotel, and then drive all the way to Key West. And if you want to make stops along the way, which you will, not just to have a bathroom break, you need to leave early. And I'll say my parents, mostly my dad, he has a policy to live by of on time is when I get there. He's a heavy procrastinator. He's like, you just enjoy the ride. We're in no rush. And I'm like, you will pay extra for parking because there's public street parking that's a hell of a lot cheaper than private parking lot parking. And we didn't have this problem 2 years ago. Because then there's construction season. Birdie's here. It was fun last night, Birdie. What timing? It was fun last night on the last. I mean, it was fun. It was a hard subject that we talked through, we got through, but then it went on for a full 8 hours. So to say, there is a fun talking aspect of connecting with people and such. So
yes,
there's that. And hello, everybody in chat. Welcome.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to, I guess, summarize I made the best of it slogan experience for my parents coming to town. And the footage that we took it's like we call B-roll footage. It does not show my parents unless it's a silhouette background. It does not show our kids all that much, but it just aspects of just we were there. It's not somebody else's footage.
Yes.
There's a lot of selfies of me because I'm very self-centered and judgmental. And I just have so much fun down here in Florida.
also, as the videos go on, you will notice I would say, possibly extreme fatigue in our faces.
Oh my God.
That is because
feel it now.
That is because it was nonstop. That's the only thing I can say. It was nonstop every single day for about 3 weeks straight. We were on the go.
Does that sound like an oxymoron?
Somewhere. and it
I'm
wouldn't
telling you
stop.
that my parents end up being procrastinators, and he's like, Joe's saying it was nonstop, and I'm like, but they're procrastinators. So
Hmm.
there's like a stop and go, like when you're sitting in traffic forever. Stop and go, you
Okay,
get exhausted.
you, okay. Check this out. All right, so let's say even the day before or night before, they're like, all right, we're gonna kind of do this tomorrow, and you're like, okay, we're gonna wake up, we're gonna do it. No, you wake up, you're prepared, you sit there for like 4 to 5 hours going, I thought we were doing something today, and then all of a sudden they look at the time and go, oh boy, now we gotta go, we're gonna miss it. Like, what is wrong with you? So so it's not to say that we didn't do a lot, and I'm not saying that
This was my face all the time. I'm
it
like,
was just
and I
it
was raised by
was
these folks.
it was a ruckus. Now the videos that we're gonna play, it is not gonna seem that way. Trust me. You're gonna be like,
Except for when you see it in our
everything was dreamy and everything. Okay, yes, it Florida
B-roll.
is beautiful. Florida is beautiful.
And we wanted to
But
share this with you guys.
so
We were making the best of it to make to feel like
yes.
you're just being dragged. I also expressed that my grown ass adult parents were kind of like toddlers, like older toddlers. Like we had to take care of them in a sense. And I know they're old, but they're still kicking
Yeah.
like we to do. They flew down here.
Yep.
Yes. Oh my god. So it's like muscle memory to see like I know what I experienced and I'm already feeling dragged and just go, but we're in Florida.
Yes.
Florida.
So so how we're gonna do this is we do have it split up between two segments. So we're gonna roll one full
Buttons.
segment, which is like an hour and 15
Two.
minutes, and then we'll do like a little intermission video, and then we're gonna roll the other segment. So
which is 40 minutes.
yeah.
40
So
minutes?
so we're looking at a solid 2 hours.
Yeah.
Over 450 video clips put together out of over 1,000. There was at least 1,000 video clips that we had to
put it
down
took
to
like
450, and it's
3
still
weeks
around 2 hours
to edit.
What we're doing here. So, all right. Without
it was
further
quality time. Take me down
Yes.
memory lane. When your parents are like children and you're the adult, I'm like, I love it. Thanks for the French fries.
So without further ado, we're gonna get it rolling. And
you asked. I was gonna say. You asked me in the private chat.
Yeah.
I think afterwards, if we want to do, I think we'll be pretty good to do open panel for after.
Yeah, if anybody wants to ask
we'll
questions,
just hang out,
about
see how it
Florida
goes
and whatnot, or I don't know if you just if
travel
you feel
agent,
the urge, to go, hey, you know what, I want to go up there and ask some questions, then ask in chat, and we'll probably just allow you. So, other than that, here we go.
Hang on. Y'all need to learn to take the initiative. I am not gonna go in there and wake up my dad.
Oh my
god! I would need like a foghorn and like a pan with a wooden spoon, like get up, and be like a drill sergeant. He won't give me French fries later. Then just kidding. Because there's still that I'm still the adult and I paid for this trip, so it's on my terms. And I'm like,
yeah.
Okay,
so here we go.
You're paying the parking fees. It's funny.
Again, let us know if the music's too loud and you can't hear us, or vice versa as the video goes. So without further ado, here we go.
Let's make it full screen. Capture all of the Florida you can. There you go. That is a double rainbow. No, that's too quiet. Even in my headset.
No. Yeah, but through YouTube it's not. I don't think. Again, let us know how the audio's working. If we're too loud, if the music is, or
Alright, just leave it where it's at. It sounded fine when I checked it.
So, as your travel agent, we are heading to the Tampa International Airport first to pick up said
The
individuals.
Your in-laws. I always
Yeah.
gotta wrap my head around it. My husband's in-laws. That's how I should say it. We're picking up my husband's in-laws. Kimberly said the audio is perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
My voice got crackly.
Yes, they did rent their own vehicle. Thank God.
This is at John's Pass.
Yes, this is John's Pass in Pinellas County near St.
Majorly cool tourist area. John's Pass. Why don't you type that in the chat? Like location kind of where we went. You're faster at typing than me. This is also the beach area at John's Pass. There's the pirate ship. They do sunset tours. We did not. Expensive. It's expensive. Hey, look, there we are. And my hair. The fluffy lion's mane. I like how you stare at it. My dad waving.
You will definitely see some character
Facial
expressions out of us this evening. You will get to know that couple, so to speak.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that's true, Bernie. Thanks for stopping by, Kimberly.
Yeah, that's sorry to hear about your mom there, Kimberly. I hope she feels better.
Yeah, that's
rough.
We've been like our upstairs neighbors having problems with that. We can hear her through the floor.
Yeah. Oh,
It's
that
hard.
was in Sarasota. The was that Bayfront Park?
There's a lot of Bayfront parks, but yeah, this one's in Sarasota. There's actually two in Sarasota. Thunder Chicken in the house.
Welcome, Thunder Chicken.
The trees are incredible down here. They are. It's crazy.
Yes, Stacy, Shetty, Bernie, Kimberly, everyone
This was
in chat.
cool. I would say, it's not springtime, it's still winter. They do art in this park, but they put them out, like blow them out and make them like billboard signs. And you've got a variety of talents being displayed. That's an airplane going into Sarasota Airport. Our kids know about our channel, so our daughter wrote our names in the sand.
Yeah, JJ and Joe Cool in the sand. That was kind of neat.
The water in the Gulf is still cold.
Oh man, that was cold. That's why I shook my head. I'm like, oh no.
Thunder Chicken's a Tampa native.
A Tampa native Thunder Chicken. Wow. I'm a Pinellas County native, technically.
I'm a
So
Michigander. Born and bred Michigander.
Yeah, Thunder, I went to Madeira Beach Middle, Largo High, High Point Elementary, all over there in Pinellas County, across the Howard Franklin, or Gandy, or the other one.
I forget what beach this is. Oh, did you type in the Sarasota
Yes.
Park? This is that. Okay. We're not going to tell you the name of this beach. This is our special beach.
Yeah, that's our, there's me. Yep.
Security.
Security rolling through.
He always looks like security.
Oh, Thunder lives in Michigan now. That's hilarious.
Wah!
Yeah. Yeah, when I was 16, my parents moved me to Michigan, near Detroit area, so to speak, Oakland County. And
Now we're at.
we were in what?
See if I can type it.
We were in northern Michigan, near Gaylord for a
Orty.
while. Then we were around Home Lake for a while, in the mid Michigan area. So we know most of Michigan.
Tools and tools, what's up? I grew up in Oakland County, and Gaylord area a lot because my parents are retired up there, up in the woods.
Yep, this is Fort DeSoto.
And
now,
that bridge.
This is a fort, right? The Star Fort.
It's coming up. The bridge was the Skyway Bridge. That was in the footage before. St. Clair, Fort Huron.
Yep. That's near Bad Axe, I think, right? Sort of.
I'll just say north of Detroit. I never really I just never hung out there. Here is the fort.
Yes, here's all the fort footage here for Fort DeSoto. And yes, it is a Star Fort.
We've been here. We talked about it before, like a year ago.
Oh, Bernie, we got Fort DeSoto Star Fort, and we got Key West Star Fort videos.
Again,
we got all kinds of videos.
This Star Fort is 30 minutes away from us because you have to go up and around the bay. Keys, there's keys everywhere. Keys are islands. They call them keys.
And Bernie, if you enjoyed thunderstorms, well, Florida is the lightning capital of the world for a reason. We get monsoon storms down here, and we get some nice ones. Now these have some great, excellent acoustics for yodeling.
Oh my god! The kids were reenacting Dory from Finding Nemo when she talks to the whale. It's hilarious, but acoustic sounds like in the cathedral churches for healing centers, you get that here. When you walk through these places, I want to say because they're empty, this tree is awesome. It's got that one long branch. Yodeling.
Yep, yodeling.
Yodeling. Anybody can yodel and sound like they can sing. I mean, even me. Yodeling. Little lady hoo. So you just yodel and then you get faster and faster at it. Bernie's like, I didn't say anything about hurricanes. You can keep it.
They're not even that bad. I got video on that too of us just hanging out with the wind blowing. Great stuff.
Our kids were so happy to be walking. We had to add a little something in there.
Yeah,
they're goofballs too. So we're like, there they are. So much to see. I want to say walking. It's just there's nothing to stem on. Let's say it's there. Oh, I say something coming up.
Beautiful area.
Music dies off.
That's no sand dune. That's a beach. Gift shop's this way.
That's right, the gift shop's this way. Oh, so the inside joke of that's no sand dune, that's a beach, is obviously that's no moon from Star Wars. Because in Michigan, you got sand dunes and you got lakes.
Oh
you
my
come to
goodness.
Florida, I learned and I accepted. Michigan does not have beaches; they have lakes with sand.
So Thunder Chicken being a Florida native himself, would understand that when you go to Michigan and they say anything along the lines of "let's go to a beach" and you give them a side eye, I'm sure you know what I mean.
It's not that tree, but look at that tree. It's the same tree as
I had that.
It's like saying, that's no sand dune, that's a beach.
That's right.
Do it this way.
We were talking there. We were talking about the tree. My dad likes to visit in Michigan at Hartwick Pines. One of the pines used to have a very, very tall tree for a couple decades, and then lightning struck it and took it down. But we have to, when we used to live there, we had to go to Hartwick Pines every month through summer, like 3 months though. Every year for 3 months, we have to go there once a month. There's the tree. Have I told you about the tree that got struck down by lightning? I was like, yes, I know about the tree. I grew up here. The tree. Now, the shifting sands shift a lot. The last time we were here, these are the ruins at Fort DeSoto that are in the water on the beach, next to the fishing pier, next to the gift shop. The sand was further back, further down, however you want to say it. And this is, I'm going to say just after high tide. Now, when we go to the Keys and we look at Fort Zachary Taylor, I always get that mixed up. Fort Taylor down in the Keys, it's exactly 2 years to the month from when we were last down there. And there is a lot going on that we will talk about and point out as very interesting. Very interesting details to be able to go, we were here 2 years ago. It didn't look like this on the walls. There's still the same energy pockets in some areas that are just like, whoa.
This is a kind of a still frame. So I'm going to show ourselves on screen and go, hello,
howdy.
We are here. We are here.
We're sharing the B-roll.
Yes, we're trying to leave it full screen so you get the full effect and visual, because some people use mobile, some people use PC. So we're just trying to leave it full screen.
The freshwater Longo shows? Freshwater. Freshwater. So,
oh, there we go.
The cool thing was my dad does have some connections down here, friends, or I want to say former coworkers that are like friends. So one of them really wanted to take us, my parents and us, out on their boat. It's a pontoon boat, but the waves, we went out on the Gulf. I thought I would be nauseated the whole time because he was like, nope, we can only go out if the waves are friendly. I think it took about a half hour from their boat dock to get out there.
Yeah. You will see wildlife. You will see dolphins here coming up.
So
lots of...
Further in the canal, it's like, okay, it's just a river canal, but then it gradually changes and it gets more tropical when the closer you get to the Gulf, and it's
Yeah, we go up the intercoastal a little bit and then turn
This
around
is
and then
down
we park
in
Venice.
Venice.
Right now we're down in Venice, Florida, near Fort Myers, I believe. Or where was that?
Ah,
Even I get it mixed up.
anything about it?
Where was that? No, it is near kind of Punta. Yeah, it's like north of Fort Myers, just north of Punta Gorda.
Ah, it keeps locking up. Oh, Thunder Chicken. I'm gonna add. I am doing what Joe Bernie does. I am trying to hand out loot wrenches, and I don't want to. I keep forgetting. I'm like multitasking hard. We have 2 separate channels that we stream. As I am. We have 2 separate channels.
Yes. Today's I don't know, a little Oprah-ish. You get a wrench. 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 You get a wrench.
I remember it. We got to see
Here's the dolphins.
dolphins
We're out in the Gulf right now.
in the wild. And they said when you drive the boats around like a figure 8 or a circle, don't get too dizzy. It kicks up because it's only like 20, 30 feet deep. You could see sandbars here and there. It kicks up and stirs up, and they like to play. They chase and play. That's like puppies or something. There was a couple pods of dolphins, or at least one. This was probably the best, fun, simple experience to go. And the cool thing is, there are places where you can rent your own pontoon boat. I think they give you simple instructions and their emergency phone number if something happens. I don't know. But there's rentals everywhere where you can drive it yourself. You just go out and safely, responsibly have fun.
Yeah.
In the Gulf, along the shore. That's a beach area. But
that's the nice thing about Florida is they have rentals for everything and just about anything. And if there's not technically a rental like a parasailing, well, there is rentals for that. Obviously, you just hop in, they'll put you up in the air, sail around. It's amazing. Not anything you want to do out here, it's available.
It's on my to-do list. Go parasailing, get some great aerial footage. So yeah, we are on the Gulf shoreline, Venice, Florida. It's closer down towards
It's
what's
Fort
that place
Myers.
called?
It's
Fort Myers? No, I was thinking of I need a cheat sheet right now. I need a map. I can't do
it's Punta Gorda. It's like
I
Punta
can't
Gorda.
say that name. I don't say it right.
I know.
Oh, Naples. I was trying to think of Naples.
Naples. Oh, that's further down. But
I know, but that's what came to mind. I was trying to find
yeah, this is the intercoastal here.
Cape Coral, Fort Myers. Where is it? I have typed in Venice. There it is. Okay. Talking to myself. Yeah, okay. So, south of Siesta Keys by like 20 minutes. That's better. A little closer, talking about locations. It's along the way to Naples. Naples is very, Beverly Hills feeling. From what I've seen through footage. I've never been to California. But it reminds me of Beverly Hills. Or something like Beverly Hills. In Michigan, if I compared it to a place in Michigan, I would say, where have I been? Bloomfield Hills. No, where's that one? Troy? What's that one place I've been to? I almost can't remember now.
Bloomfield?
There's a couple places. What was next to Troy that was like uppity?
Rochester? Or
Yeah, like there's a couple places in Michigan it would remind me of.
Real quick, Thunder Chicken I think is going to be taken off, and I saw him put in Tropicana Stadium, and yes, obviously that's still there. Apparently, it is still ranked the worst stadium for baseball. So apparently there are talks, probably as usual, to figure out what to do at Tropicana Stadium. Who knows? But
Ann Arbor sucks.
it's still there. Yes, it does. I agree. Ann Arbor.
Several areas that suck. You know what? It's not Florida. Michigan just kind of sucks.
You have to be in northern, past, mid.
Traverse City area. When we say Traverse City, it's actually, I think it's Empire, where the Sleeping Bear sand dunes are. That's a nice area. That's uppity because it's on the water. Petoskey's all right, and Mackinac. Mackinac's fun. It's on the bridge. It's the top of the hand, the bridge that goes to the UP, and then you have to take a ferry boat to get to Mackinac Island. And the waters can be rough up there too. You take it's a big ferry boat. I don't think, we didn't do it because I know I wouldn't be able to stomach it. Get that suntan. That water was freezing.
Yeah.
It's freezing, but the sun was freaking hot. It felt so good. This little tropical inlet right off the Gulf, just to hang out. Sandbar. It's a sandbar inlet.
Yeah, it's on the intercoastal
area.
Yeah, just it was a beautiful area. Just chill there, like JJ's. The water was cold. Luckily, it's warming up now, but.
Yeah. But you even go down the I call them canals. I don't really say rivers. The canal area is like we were kind of showing the footage. It's turquoise. It's green. It's blue. It's a little sailboat.
Can't forget the little guys. Even sailboating, kayaking, it's all fun. Just relaxing, enjoying. More dolphins.
We actually see a lot of license plates down here from Canada. I was looking at comments further up, and even Bertie was like, yep, the snowbirds for sure. We see Ontario a lot. It seems typical, but we have seen Calgary. That little shack on the water is a little house shack. I'm sure it's $250,000 per square footage.
Easily $250,000.
This is a sunrise. It also can look like a sunset. Lots of bridges. Very interesting old world looking buildings. These are
There
schools.
is old world buildings.
And we're headed south. I like Marco Island.
What do you think of that question?
A stork
Yeah,
sitting.
just sitting there. Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of stork-like birds that hang around here.
I didn't remember. I was looking at the footage, and I don't remember all of the footage.
This is a nice little area called Thousand Islands.
Down in the Everglades.
Now we're going through the Everglades. Now there's a lot of stuff in here that you can pause it later, so if you want to read the fine print, so to speak. There is a lot of information.
There's a lot of birds. So
yeah, a lot of birds, but
along this trail, it is a short trail, but along this trail there are what I call belly slide paths. There are gators that you can tell they slide in and out, crawl out, but then slide back in the paths along the this trail. And that's our little Remy dog. She apparently is 9. I miscalculated her age. She is 9. She is happy-go-lucky. Most of the birds that we see are great egrets, E-G-R-E-T. I googled it really quick. They do look very similar to storks. I never even thought about that. So most of them are down here. Now I got to pay attention to the beaks to see if it is a stork or the egrets. I think the stork's beaks are longer. But yeah, even sitting out here, we see a lot of birds. I think the little blue heron is the one that looks like a snake when it swims in the water. Lots of herons, different breeds of IBIS, the ibis. Is that how you say it? Ibis, like this one right here. He caught it swimming.
Yeah, it was swimming underwater. That was really cool.
Because then it'll sit on a branch with its wings out just to dry out, and it just it's cool looking. It's funny and cool looking. It was hot. Now I'm not tan and red from sitting in the sun. My skin is that hot, and I love it. It feels great, even if I'm like, whoo, it's hot, but I love it. Little duckies in the pond. So we're on an overlook. I want to say tower, but it's
it's like an overlook tower. And again, gators will be right there. They'll be like 2 feet from you. So definitely be aware of your surroundings.
There he is. He's sitting there drying off.
Yep, there he is drying off. So if you do bring, a 4-legged animal with you, be very wary, of your surroundings, because gators will be right there.
There's a belly slide path. That's what I call it. The Everglades is a very large area. And apparently, what I learned this trip, just before going, it's like an underground river that's really wide that flows from, was it Lake Okeechobee? I have to look at the map again. Pretty much from Lake Okeechobee down through, it's like, I guess it's just how they call it, like a wide river. It's just under the surface area that goes into the Everglades out into the Gulf. They call it like Shark Valley. It's connected to Shark Valley. I wish it would show up easier, the information on Google. But I think that's where a lot of the farms are, is in that Okeechobee area, south of it. Looking at the map.
Hey, JP in the house.
Greetings. Welcome.
Welcome to Florida as we go through the Everglades now.
Yes. I took a lot of footage, I want to say, of the Everglades. It looks like a lot, or it felt like a lot, to get an overall concept of what this is what it looks like. It's marshland, what we call marshland up in Michigan. Yep.
I believe Donna meant to say Alligator Alley. Yes, that's essentially what we're going through, is Alligator Alley.
Yep. They are elevating it, the road. They are working on parts of it and elevating it.
Now, the neat thing is, you can talk about this, JJ. Compare the sky and the clouds from here to Michigan. They're so close. It's almost like you could pick them like cotton right out of the sky. They're so close down here.
Indeed, Mr. Meteorologist Joe Cool. Indeed. That sound like we're broadcasters. That was the incredible experience of coming down here, waking up one morning going, why are the clouds closer? Michigan is so much higher, especially if you're up around Petoskey, Traverse City, Mackinac. Oh, this is the area of one of the local main
native tribes.
Native tribes, and this guy had a baby raccoon. We have raccoons all over here, and they are much like a cat, but they're cautious. The cat, they like to hang out and eat all the grubs or trash. I have no idea how to say it. But this is the main strip. 75 or 41?
This is 41. We take 75 on the way back.
This is 41 that goes across the lowest part that you can go from the Gulf to the Atlantic. So it heads over from Naples to Miami. Lots of water.
Spillway.
Longo got a strike? Oh.
Yes. I did see yours. Also, I did see Juan's as well, because Juan did post that Longo got a strike and can't post anything for a little bit. So, yes, thank you. I did receive the information. So, for those who don't know, I will share that real quick. Longo is having a
and you buffered.
Florida.
You buffered.
Did I buffer? Okay.
Your audio went out when you said that.
Yeah, go figure. So, once again, that's where we were at, the hotel. But anyway, Longo is having a meetup in Jacksonville, Florida. I believe it's April 23rd for the Pink Moon. Details, I believe, is on Juan's community page. As far as location. But back to this. This is the hotel we hung out in.
This is the True Hotel. Next to it is there are 2 Hilton hotels. The True Hotel is where we stayed at this time in Florida City. 2 years ago, we stayed at the other hotel. We weren't happy with our experience.
Yeah.
True Hotel, awesome, and they were pet friendly, obviously.
Yes. True Hotel, amazing, 5 stars, go. This is now we're going to Miami. Nighttime. And traffic, I'm going to tell everybody now, do not drive there unless...
Caution. Be ready to be a NASCAR driver, even at night. I show the time, eventually, of when we were driving into Miami at night. My dad really wanted to see Miami. He didn't think we would really have the energy and time to see Miami in the daytime. And I was like, okay, we'll go to Miami at night. Make sure your buckles are fastened. Freeway driving is the craziest thing ever. Like, it is spectacular to see. It really was. I'm like, Miami still has there's a really cool fucking energy with Miami. It's intimidating as hell to drive on the freeways. But Miami, there is an energy there that's awesome. And they are working on this major infrastructure. We were here 2 years ago, and it doesn't look like they've made much progress. This fucking thing is huge, as you can tell. Those pillars are going to hold up the new freeway, so they're raising it even higher, expanding the roadways. It was bumper to bumper traffic. It's 7:28. Yes, we're playing a CD. We are old school. We are so old school. We will be here. There's a lot of footage to share. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. You can come and go as you please. You can press rewind. You can check it out tomorrow. Hanging out. Much appreciated. We like sharing with, I want to say the viewers of YouTube. We feel like a viewer. I don't really feel like a channel creator. But we like hanging out, chit-chatting, sharing. Was it sharing is caring? I have no idea what those arches of what's going to look like. So I guess it's part of the new freeway system, but it's really interesting. It looks like such a miniature version of the arch in St. Louis. Right, St. Louis. So a miniature, tiny, but still an arch, like a gateway. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out with us. But be cautious. Yes. The sharks do nibble. They nibble on your toes. They like cold water. We don't swim in cold water. We put our toes in and then caution. I had no idea that was there. That's like the one in Europe, somewhere in Europe. They have a big
old Ferris wheel or You should talk about the vibe you got going through downtown Miami. Because that's mainly... Huh?
I think I did. I don't know. You had to step away. Joe had to step away for a minute. But I was like, there is such a awesome energy. I said energy with Miami. As intimidating as driving the freeways are, Miami has an awesome energy. I would consider living there. As busy and as it's mostly crowded with the tall buildings. Tampa does not look this crowded and busy. And Tampa has an awesome energy too. It's like it's a different vibe, but it's awesome. It's still just, I don't know if it's the tropics because of the location, like it's Florida. But if Florida was like up where Maine is, I don't think I would talk about it the same way. Because the tropics, the heat, the warmth, it's so much more inviting, even at night. It's 7:30, the sun's down, it's still early. Because it's like, even right now, it's finally like keeping the heat at night. It's warm outside.
Yes. And possibly to answer this question from Donna, they pretty much serve anything down here. They serve, shark,
Gator
squid,
nuggets.
gator, frog
Gator nuggets.
legs. I mean, anything that's fish or mostly
Oysters.
they serve just about anything
Yeah,
depending on where you
seafood.
go.
Seafood is definitely the main restaurant menu down here. I don't eat seafood of any kind. I've never been okay with seafood. We were so lucky it rained at night. We weren't sure if it was going to be raining in the early morning when we should have left for the Keys. And here we go to the Keys. Lots of bridges, but they blend in between the Keys. Again, Keys is another word for island. Little bitty islands just to connect them. You can see the bottom from your vehicle. Oh, I guess if you're in a car, maybe not. If you're higher up in a vehicle, we have a truck. You can see the bottom of the seabed. I want to see seabed? Ocean floor. It's the ocean floor. It's that, let's say it's that shallow, the water's that clear. Even if it is like 20 feet deep or 30, maybe even 40, it starts to get that darker green color.
This is Key Largo.
That's the first one, right? On the way down?
Yes, first key.
It really doesn't get visually interesting to look at until after Marathon, which is the halfway point, driving through the Keys. They have a lot of character on their buildings. Like, look at that. That's a storage unit. It looks like a castle. What is that tower? I think it's for the military. Like satellite. I forget what they said was. This is a bathroom break. They have public bathrooms in this visiting center. That doesn't open till 9. We were a half hour early.
Yeah.
We were already behind schedule to leave to Key West early enough. Could we be a little bit later so that we could go inside?
Yeah.
Which is like visiting center / gift shops. Souvenir gift shops are everywhere. And also patrols everywhere.
Yes, there are patrol vehicles everywhere. Yes, some of them are decoy patrol units. However, they do have them with a set individual inside, so you don't know which is which.
Because the speed limit is 55.
Yeah, it's a 3-hour drive from Homestead to Key West.
And it drops down to 35.
Yeah, the color of the water is just spectacular.
Yeah, if I could really live anywhere, it would be down in the Keys. Hurricane coming, I'm not leaving. It is just freaking awesome. It's so calming, refreshing, rejuvenating. In general, living in the right spot, if it's your blue zone, it's gonna be your fountain of youth, so to speak. We do go there too.
Yes, it does, Shifty. Very, very flat indeed.
As far as the eye can see. Throw it like a frisbee.
Welcome to one and all.
I'm typing that right now. Like jellyfish, tree, sunshine.
We are your Florida travel agents for this evening. From Tampa down to the Keys. And all the other stops in between. Yes, we will be showing the Fort Taylor Star Fort coming up. So, oh, look, it's JJ's doghouse.
I was laughing my butt off. I was like, what the? Hey, that's hilarious.
That's right, everybody. JJ will put you in the doghouse, literally.
And you're so fortunate I put it in the Keys. I want you to learn your lesson and still be happy and healthy. Oh my god.
Oh, there is a tree. I forgot to add that. There is a tree coming up. It is a very special tree on that bridge of old 7 Mile Bridge. It is called Fred. Yes, it is a named tree. Why? Because it is a tree that is, well, growing on a bridge. There's no real soil.
It's like the mascot.
Nothing. It's just there. And people are like, how the heck is this tree growing? And I meant
because of a bird eats a seed, num 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 num. It comes out the other end and got planted. That's how, and I would say 99% of the time it works. Bird eats the seed and everything else, and then you got fertilizer right there with it, and it comes out the other end. We honestly see trees growing on I want to say stone. The structure of everything is made from Earth's minerals. There, it's coming up right there. Stone mortar. I always forgot how to say it's mortar. It's mortar.
Oh, the tree.
The tree, any tree. We get that all the time in abandoned places, and in Michigan especially. Nature.
Yep.
Will find a way.
Here comes Fred.
It keeps locking up a little bit.
No, it's fine. It goes through correctly. So because
you said you weren't going to pause it.
I doing whatever.
You are.
I'm doing whatever. So I do want to share this because why not? This is about Fred the tree. So
okay.
I just want to read it. Often referred to as the highway that goes to sea. Funny. The original road was built as a train route in 1912 and badly damaged by a hurricane in 1935. Eventually, the original railroad was decommissioned and the current overseas highway was constructed in 1982.
That's the year you were born.
That's the year I was born. Go figure. The old 7 Mile Bridge runs parallel to the current contemporary highway, and it's where you can see one of the most beloved Florida Key residents as Fred the tree. Here it is. So Fred, here it is. Fred is an Australian pine tree, also known as salt-sprayed Casuria. Casurna? I am.
I like the first way you said it. Casurian.
Casuriana. I'm not sure. I'm messing that up. It's okay. Anyway, no one really knows how Fred ended up on the old bridge. There are a lot of different theories and local urban legends about Fred's origin, but most believe that Fred sprouted from the bird droppings over 30 some years ago. So, see, you weren't far off, JJ. Uh, People wonder how Fred was able to grow and sustain himself for all these years, not to mention survive Florida hurricane. Supporting the old bridge originally were filled with sand and provided enough organic matter for Fred's roots to dig in and grow. It's important to mention that this pine tree can tolerate extremely salty soil and high temperatures, making the Australian pine trees long favored for use in erosion controlled along the beaches. That's, yeah, did not
Pine
know
trees
that.
are, I want to say pine trees are really strong until they're done with their life cycle, because that's most of Michigan. We have a lot of jack pine trees throughout Michigan, like northern Michigan, but there's a lot of different pine trees, and they are, I guess, a very hardy tree.
So, to finish it up, native to Australia, South Pacific Islands, and Southeast Asia, they were introduced to Florida in the 1890s, but are now outlawed in the state due to their invasive nature.
Well,
Really?
that makes a lot of sense.
Rapid growth rate and non-native status. That's funny.
What makes it native? What's the date stamp of making it native?
Well, it's an Australian pine tree, so it's not native to Florida.
Aside from doing a DNA test, just like people, they roam around, especially if a bird eats the seed and flew and traveled. I'm like,
So-
what the heck?
So possession of Australian pine with the intent to sell or plant is illegal in Florida without a special permit. That's good to
So
know
Fred the
for
tree
all
was
you people.
grandfathered in.
So Fred the tree was grandfathered in. So yet it is amazing that despite all the odds, through hurricanes and such, Fred not only continues to thrive, but is such a beloved tree. He's even considered the Keys classic. So the iconic image of Fred on the bridge can be found on Florida Keys souvenirs.
Yep.
If you want to read up on it,
Postcards.
just you can look up Fred the tree. Look at that. That key's strong. Fred the tree.
How the hell did they get
Okay.
out there?
Hey, who knows
This
when
old
they allowed
bridge
that?
is not connected all the way through. I don't know.
No,
Maybe they took a helicopter.
not sure. But look up Fred the tree in the Keys, and yeah, there you go.
Exactly. I like what he said, like how I was looking at go, trees not native, really? I'm like, pine trees in general, but no, this is a Pacific tree. I'm like, Pacific indeed. Now it's a Gulf Atlantic. That you, oh my God, I can't talk. You right there, babe, reading that article. I know we need to get back to reading those vintage newspapers. Because I'm sitting here going,
Yes, we do have
Yes.
vintage newspapers, reading streams, and yeah, vintage films. We got great, fun, hilarious stuff.
oh, we
But,
make fun of it because we see the contradictions.
Yes,
And just like, and these are vintage newspapers from as far back as I could find, 150 years ago, 100 years ago. I'm like, we still have the same freaking problems, the same kind of advertisements in these magazines, newspapers.
there's a classic.
It's not bad. It fits in. Nice little color.
But yes, the Hemingway house is down in Key West. with all the cats.
The Hemingway house. You know, I was thinking about that last week for some reason. All of a sudden, I was like, how do the cats survive the hurricane season at the Hemingway house?
So here, when you enter Key West, you go right or left. That's it.
It makes a circle. You can't get lost. You really can't get lost unless they're doing construction.
Yeah,
you just have to make a left turn. Keep making a left turn. You're just kind of stuck. Because they were doing some major road construction, and that made parking incredibly difficult. And Florida is an international spring break state.
You will notice it is crowded.
They should have did. They should have done and did. All the road construction they're doing, they're just repaving like flat. Here we go. They're just doing this. That is the main parking lot right there that holds about 100 plus cars. To go over and see the stone buoy. I call it the stone buoy. Oh my God! So many people got tickets, including my dad. They're $25 tickets if you pay it right away. If you wait, the price goes up. I'm like, how? How can you just?
If you do not go to Key West early enough, I mean early, be there around 7 o'clock in the morning at least.
I'm going to be there early. Yeah, Florida is a lot of fun.
You can get decent parking.
Not, but it's still. I go even dealing with the stress of construction and not knowing where to park. It was still a lot of fun. As when you make the best of it. Be there early so you have less of a headache even when you're enjoying yourself in the tropics. Because there's a lot to see, there's a lot to look at. It's just, this is Jimmy Buffett, Margaritaville. We did not get to Sloppy Joe's. It was on the list, but because my parents are procrastinators.
Man, I wanted to go, but you know, due to procrastination of individuals, we weren't able to make it. But yes, that place is famous. If you go to Key West, please, everybody, Sloppy Joe's. And key lime pie. Make sure you get the famous key lime pie.
And chicken and roosters are everywhere. They're also native. Are they native? You want to throw that into the bush with the tree of are they native? Really? Really? Are they?
There are many stories as to how all the roosters basically lurk all over Key West. And they are, I don't want to say endangered, but...
The only song in my head right now is Save a Horse, Ride a Cowboy. There is just something very sexy about a cowboy looking kind of. That was the first time I've seen that one, but that was funny. But we are going into Fort Zachary Taylor. Fort Taylor. I stood right there 2 years ago. You see it in my outro. Like my tan line under my eyes because of my sunglasses. I'm not a native. Can you tell? You gonna kick me out too? I'm not a native. I'm trying to look like a native, but my tan lines give it away.
And I'm back. Back again.
Oh, and just a heads up, if you do have your own channel and wish to share it, please do so in the chat below.
Funny like that. She said
Or on the
it
side.
Changes a bit, and I'm like, I'm sure they mowed the grass.
Branch, and you have a channel you would like to
I
share?
think that's different.
Or you have something on your own channel you would like to share on Joe or mine's in the chat? We are welcoming of it. We just thought of this idea recently, and it helps me from having to multitask like crazy. Because I do think there's a really cool connection with people on YouTube having channel, or if they have a channel they like that has not
I
too
got to turn this
controversial.
up. I'm going to turn this up.
Welcome to Fort Taylor,
Exactly.
America's southernmost Civil War fortification.
I'm trying to record. At least the first minute.
But Fort Taylor is much more than just
It's about 2 minutes.
You sit in a throne of lies.
It is a journey through time.
Never heard that one before. Ooh, there's a cruise ship.
Each part of the fort tells a different story. The new batteries brag of advancements in technology. They hold in their bellies the largest cache of Civil War armament in the world. The guns that once protected the fort are now being protected by
Mm-hmm. That was poetic.
So poetic.
these excavated cannons, still serving today, remind us of the ingenuity and the dedication of our predecessors.
Ready? Was that believable? It's hard to hear, I'm sure, because I had to turn my volume up too. Oh, so that's a video that plays on a loop in one of the rooms at Fort Taylor. Oh, now I can't hear anything.
There it goes.
It's still kind of low. I don't know.
Nope, that's where it needs to be.
Okay, it needs to be.
Yeah, on YouTube's end, it should be not overpowering. They can still hear us.
Right. Well, your video comes up when we're talking for a couple minutes about that one area, so make sure you turn the volume all the way up for that. Maybe. Mostly up.
Oh, yeah.
It's right after this. Oh,
Why does that
forgot.
look yuckier than last time? Yeah. I can't use my flash? Too low a battery.
Yeah, go for it, because I'm picking up a lot of...
Oh, no.
Oh wow, yeah.
I told you, that's the only place with the gate.
Yeah, as soon I mean you get halfway down the hall, it's like a pushback of whoa.
I could feel it. This wasn't like
right
this.
there.
I don't even have the light on. This walls were not like this before. I just, in the nicest manner of saying ever, I stop right here because of that pushback. In a nice way, I almost feel like I'm getting a headache.
So, really quick, there is, what would you call it, an ominous presence there. As soon as you enter
Anomaly.
that, you can feel a pushback the second you enter this.
It's an energy, and there's two
area.
spots that have this energy. I pick up on it. He can walk through it, into it. I cannot. I get headaches. I get dizzy. I feel like it's crazy energy.
It's an energy that you can't see why you're getting pushed back, but you feel like I'm not welcomed.
But I can see
We are here.
through the camera. The camera is picking up this light
And
haze.
in this dark little hallway with a gate.
He's gonna do his own video.
3-4 steps. You are not supposed to go down here.
They don't see it from...
So this is my footage, and then we're gonna see it from Joe's footage
And
of what, because I can't go in there. Like, I
Can't, Dougie,
doesn't even,
doing it again.
it's the closest thing I
Stand
can
over there.
describe walking through an energy pocket of evil, unwelcoming. I mean, just wanting to, I don't know, suck the life out of me. Crazy headache. I can almost feel it again now. This is Fort Taylor down in Key West. And this is one of 2 crazy energy areas.
Extra wide angle. Yeah, now it just totally darkens out. Can't even see your shorts when I'm that wide. He's got white shorts on. There you are.
That haze was only there on the left side through my camera.
Yeah.
Like the energy, something or other, sitting there.
Okay, here we go. So we are here at the fort, and in this dark little hallway with a gate, you get about 3-4 steps in, and you can really start feeling some heavy pushback of you are not supposed to be down here.
So this is under a
That's
spiral staircase. A stone spiral
Looks
staircase.
like a slide or something. And no one is not allowed in here apparently because it's gated. And like I said, you can feel some, I don't know, maybe anybody else can feel presence.
Oh, I could feel it. I feel it now. I feel funny.
It does feel a little leery.
Oh, thanks, Sherry.
Looks like that's
I was swallowing water at the same time. I was like, thanks, Sherry. Yeah, we were here 2 years ago. Same energy, pushback.
Yeah, I was trying to reach my hand out as far as I could and try to turn that corner because
Yeah,
the
I
gate
don't-
was in the way, but
I don't know, and it's like really hard to find anybody that might have young, spry, urban explorers probably hop the gate to go and look. I don't
That would
know.
be
I
that
haven't
dude.
found any footage.
and get
I
you
wanted to. I was
I know you wanted to, but you're not a spry young chicken.
I'm like, I'll jump that gate, but they
You would have had one of those army fail moments of head feet over head falling over the gate, and I'm like, now I gotta go find help to get you out. Because I couldn't even go in there. I was so sick and almost like disoriented. So this was not like this down in the Keys 2 years ago. It's been 2 years. It's been a couple hurricanes. It looks like it's been flooded. There's green moss, and that it's limestone buildup, like in caves. Do you know what they're called?
Does anybody know what that stuff's called in chat?
Stalactite? I don't know. Fudge the word.
Stalactite, I believe.
Stalactites. Limestone buildup in caves. Stalagmites. The mortar in between the bricks is made of a limestone. And it redeposits, there's a lot of water down there. I'm like, they have to clean this place up from time to time with stalagmites. Build up and redeposit calcium carbonate along the ceiling or floors of underlying caves. I'm looking at a building of red brick, different kind of brick. There's 2 different kinds of bricks and stone building, because it was a lot cleaner and nicer like 2 years ago. Hurricane Ian went right over Fort Jefferson, which is in Fort Dry Tortuga, which is like 80 miles southwest of the Keys. And so all throughout walking around the brick area where we're allowed to walk around, there was a residue. This word? Was it stalagmites?
Yes, stalagmites. That's how you spell it, Donna.
I have it Googled on my phone. I was checking to make sure because I'm always checking to make sure. My brain just, I have dyslexia, so it switches and flips things around a lot. All that white residue is limestone residue deposit, shifting, and anyway. I'm pretty sure the best way to clean it, even if it's a little too strong, is probably with a power washer, especially the green algae that's building on there too. Now we're at we'll call it the end of the hallway.
Okay, so
This,
once again,
you have to turn it up probably a little bit because you walk through it. This is the second
path.
creepy area.
You're gonna go
pushback
down
energy.
and into what looks to be
I'm not sure what this area is. If anyone in chat has an idea,
Mineral deposits, yeah.
because
Well,
there's these circular
they
circular
look like thrones for,
I did somebody say it could have been like a kitchen at one point?
That was
Or
our daughter. The first time we went down there, she
Oh,
goes, it
that
looks like
was
a
her.
pizza oven.
that was funny.
It was
That's
2
what
years
that,
ago. So I still look at it like a pizza oven, but I'm
Who
like,
said
this must
that?
be where the bathroom facility would be.
But yeah, it's as I play this, you can see it's a very narrow area, but it's kind of stretched out long. I'm not sure what this was for, but I don't know. Give your ideas.
not sure what would be housed here. I would say could be
The bathroom.
kitchen area maybe, but
You consider
Yeah.
the kitchen area.
can't-
So yeah, all that white stuff that's throughout the hallway down into nooks and crannies,
pretty neat.
mineral deposits.
But, okay, wow. It's feeling a little different back here.
Fancy smanchy.
Yeah, it feels a little different back here in the back end of it.
Oh my god,
You can
it
sense,
is. I couldn't walk
might
down it.
not want to be back here.
He went down it, and the kids were like, "Could we go down it?" I said, "If you can, go for it.
In
Dad's
order to
down there,
get
not
some
alone."
Footage. Sometimes you just
I could hear them running back. I just feel like I could hear it.
where it doesn't always feel. the
They didn't
same.
last that long. It went right down, came right back. Was it like 40
But
feet
this
of
is
a hallway?
small area.
It's a dead end hallway.
I'll come back here. Here's the wall. I will turn. And that's the exit right there. So
Entrance, exit. It's
not a
dead end.
very big area. Again, we are at Fort Taylor.
Yeah, you said Jefferson before.
Oh, look at that little door with bars.
It's on the to-do list. Very
Okay,
far down on the to-do list.
pretty neat.
I had fun with my editing skills and I'm trying to learn. I think I'm looking very tired. My eyes are like wide open. I'm like, you see me? I'm here. I'm so happy. The ceiling over here is cathedral like. It's so detailed in the sense of like following like a wave, the waves like in the ocean. Yeah, exactly. It looks like toilets.
Yeah. So generally, just I guess logically sort of thinking, if you're gonna build any type of military based fort that could easily get, obliterated by, cannon
Hurricane,
fodder, you know,
hurricanes, flooded.
there's hurricanes, but I'm thinking more like explosions. I'm thinking cannon fodder. Why would you build any type of fort with such intricacy of this design? Like, it makes no sense. If it's a fort military that could explode, why would you go in such detail to build something like this? It makes zero sense. The narrative, that they have for a lot of star forts, not just this one.
The acoustics are incredible. So you would lose your hearing with cannon blasting and such. You would lose your hearing. Concussion, brain damage. To see something that loud, let alone yodeling through this thing. Surprise, sneak attack. So this area is to the second crazy energy pocket of the what looks like toilets, with the most detailed arched ceilings. And this back end too looks like it's crumbling, and an area that hasn't been like touched up. It's so silly. It is so silly when you like question everything. But it's so cool to see for yourself. I think I was drained on energy from my parents, where I wasn't able to enjoy or get more out of this visit. I was like, cool, and we're grateful to revisit, and we took as much footage as we could, but there was still more to get out of it. That my parents are just like trying to sound like their old high school history teacher. My dad wanted to give lessons on who Taylor was and what's going on. I need a campfire for that with a blanket and some s'mores. But this is a cool shot. Just standing there looking at this stuff. These walls are thick. The exterior walls, the walls holding up. You can walk on the top, some top parts of it. You can go on what would be the second floor. I believe it never got finished. And there's just a lot of weathering, wear and tear. Built to last, yeah. That's not the end of the video, is it?
Yeah, that's the end of the first video.
I wasn't sure if we went to the beach and then ended it. The end of the first video.
That was the end of the first video there. So, really quick for those who are maybe even a little curious, we will just we will show you about Fort Zachary Taylor, right where we were, and you can clearly see right here where my
Click on
cursor
it.
is
You
that
can click on the picture.
will it make it? Oh, there
Oh
it is.
yeah.
Okay. You can see that this is clearly a star fort. So what you do is you park over here, and then you basically walk around and enter this area where the flag is in the middle, and we more so just ventured through this area here. The first part was right here where you felt that first ominous thing, and
It's under a stone spiral staircase.
yes,
The
this
second part's down that hallway. Yep, a
yeah,
dead end
that's
down the
back
hallway.
over there.
Where all the arched ceilings are, the more detailed arched ceiling.
Now
The beach is right there.
Now, where we're going to go next was here. This is the wonderful beach area. So, yeah, you
the
just.
best beach.
So we're going to show you that footage too.
So
That's coming up.
salty and buoyancy, like it's crazy. Awesome feeling of swimming there.
But of course, here's your, good old Wikipedia.
What is it? Silly narrative.
Silly narrative.
Silly narrative. We're gonna call it that from now on.
The construction of the fort. How many bricks they possibly used. All this fun facts, right?
Oh, I thought you were gonna read it a little bit.
There's so much in here.
Oh, you just read the first line of every paragraph.
Okay. Yeah, strung my arm. Okay, so
Yar.
1845 to 1900. Construction of the fort began in 1845 as part of a mid-19th century plan to defend the southeast coast of the United States through a series of forts after the War of 1812.
Wow.
Do we know about that 1812 war? Yes, we do.
Okay, that was one sentence. What's the next paragraph?
Let's see here. This one seems more. The fort's foundation consists of limestone. I am not going to try to read that.
Olit. It's a double O. O-O.
And
Litic. It's a double O.
Granite. It's 5-foot thick walls rose 50 feet above low water. Oh, they even give you a little diagram right there.
Low water?
Click on that.
Low water.
Interesting.
How do you call low water? Low water. Like there's a low tide, there's high tide, low tide.
And included 2 tiers of casemates, which is a fortified gun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see here. What else? What else do we
Silly
got?
narrative.
We'll just hop down to 1947. No longer of use to the U.S. Army, this fort was turned over to the Navy. So in 1947, for maintenance purposes, in 1968, volunteers led by Howard England excavated Civil War guns and ammunition buried in long abandoned parts of the fort to form what would be considered the nation's largest collection of Civil War cannons. Lovely. Fort Taylor was placed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1971 and designated a National Historic Landmark in 1973. 2023 due to the filling in of land around the fort, including the creation of an attractive stretch of beach, which we will show. The park now occupies 87 acres.
Filling in. Seed dredging.
So
Filling
they
in.
landfilled, seed dredged
Landfill. However they did it, it's not natural. Man came over, like Paul mentioned in the stream yesterday,
including the beach. So let me blow this up again.
Man-made.
Bigger. So essentially what they're saying.
Not just the building.
Hold on, you know what? Sorry everyone. Clicky button. So essentially they're saying this water that is around the fort area right here is what it should be. This whole thing should be nothing but water. So this entire area, beach, land, and all, was created thereafter to make a park out of it. So none of this land should even be here. It should so basically it should end right here, going right into the fort. All water, 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 water. That is a lot of landfill. That's a lot. Okay. Anyway, that was a
crazy pause.
That was a nice little setup presentation there.
I click off my icon and I buffer, even transfer over to, I had to adjust my ears and headsets. Yes, everything they are saying sounds stupid. It's contradictory. It's like, that doesn't add up. That don't make sense. When you get used to it, you kind of have to read through, go through stages of getting used to it. You start to question things. When you see the pattern, it's awesome.
Yes.
Pattern of history, manipulation. I honestly started thinking recently they had to fill in the sand, earth, dirt, whatever, rocks or whatever, because I don't think they knew what to do with it. And, or, they don't want to share with anybody else too. But it's like really sitting there going, if they know what it is and how to use it, and they like to control the populace, why do they fill it in and act like it's not there, but they know it's there? And I'm like, do you not know how to use it? If you can't have it, nobody can, kind of thing. You don't want anybody else to figure it out. I don't know. It was just a thought I had.
Nice. So, yes, we do have another segment to get to, but before we do, we're going to do an intermission. We're going to let everyone, use the bathroom, get some refreshments, get settled, get settled back in for the second half. So we're going to hit the intermission here. We'll be right back, and then we'll get back into it.
vortex of terror.
All right, start waving.
We love our dreams. We made it. Boom. It's a big boom. Kaboom. Kaboom.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Shit! I said over easy!
Come on, players, stop hating. Stop hating. Start participating. Start participating, Star. Come on, twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle.
Yeah, let's fall on the ground and roll around.
I know you're the money maker, but the money shot's right behind you.
That's right, because we are that couple.
The couple, the moneymaker face. He's got those dimples. I mean, just
Yes.
He's got dimples.
So even
Those
at
had
that
dimples.
time, as you could probably tell already,
That was
right?
Michigan.
That was Michigan weight that has melted off in Florida.
We were
which
standing
will
next to the Mackinac Bridge on one of the ends in Michigan. But Dana said it's nice to see a couple like you two together. I was like, "Aw, thanks."
Thanks, Donna.
I can't type it out as going, "Aw, thanks." Like it's just. But funny enough, the B-roll is very similar to our intermission because it ended up we put together the intermission video to show where we've been. We made that a few months ago.
Yeah.
And in that B-roll, I keep calling it B-roll. In the intermission video shows the first time we were at the Keys with Fort Taylor. And the walls are a lot cleaner. And then I'm like, I forget. We always forget what's in the video. I kind of forget where we've been because I was like, oh yeah, that minaret structure, Tampa hotel, is an 1880s built hotel that's in the Tampa area of Florida. That's got a history to it as well that we also visited and tried to do some research on and talk about going. Florida is really interesting. There's a lot of places that are really interesting. But for swampland, undeveloped land, unless you're sea dredging and packing it in low, like water table level, building heavy, big structures on, it kind of, I'm scratching my head still, like it tickles, scratches your head going, silly little narratives. Silly, I want to keep saying that too. She said it. I'm going to tag it like silly little narratives. Yeah, find it again. I tagged it, and then I have to go through the list. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. It's like, again and again, silly little narratives. I was like, exactly. So silly. So we have a
Round two.
Part two. It's not as long. The first one was like an hour 10. This one's like 40 minutes.
45. It's like 45. So about 15 minutes less.
It starts from the beach on the Keys of Fort Taylor. This is an incredible Caribbean oasis looking like you don't even think you're at a fort until you walk across the parking lot again. You're in freaking paradise. It's just like, this is favorite place to be. The water is super salty because it's kind of like a meeting point of the Gulf and Atlanta. They meet and mix it. It's very salty. You can feel a difference of buoyancy going into the water.
Buoyancy is wow.
It's just
it's
an incredible feeling. It is an incredible feeling. Yeah, I have no other words.
That is very loud. Let me get that down.
No, just let it take you. Take him away. Just let it take you away. It is beyond words. Just do quiet.
It is.
I want to go back. Let me go back. Turn the volume up. Let me go back. I'm in the water with the phone. Yes, I'm in the water with the phone. I have yet to drop it.
You are muted.
I am muted. I was trying to say I am not a good speller eater. I can't even talk. I'm thinking of my own language. I have to use my phone all the time. I use my best friend Google. I'm like, I can at least say the word most of the time to check the spelling.
Do you want to talk about this scenario here?
The situation?
Scene. Yes.
So we're driving out of the Keys at night, which we did not do last time. This was a sight to see. We're just south of Marathon, driving back. I can't even say north, but location-wise, one of the Key Islands. I was like, we need to pull over. We need to look at the stars. Because even from where we live near Tampa, the stars are closer in the Keys. They're more above your head. If I've been watching the stars, constellations that are familiar, Orion, from Michigan to Florida, but we're around Tampa, to even go into the Keys, Orion is in a different location and an angle to say directly above your head. I forget what that is. 90 degrees, 0 point above your head from where you're standing. To say, well, it's pretty flat and 90 degrees. 5 degrees, 10 degrees here in Florida, Keys to Tampa. It is 20 degrees to 25 degrees, and this is my estimation. It's an estimation when I'm in Michigan. Orion
It's a guesstimation.
is closer. Orion, just using Orion as the example, the other ones are closer as well. Orion is closer, bigger, and more overhead in Florida.
Yeah.
The closer we got to the equator, going to the Keys, even in like it's closer going what is considered south, the tropic zone. I mean, it's closer. It's less concave looking, like when you use a magnifying glass. It's more, even the sky is like kind of flatter.
Yeah.
But still, it's less concave. It's not as tight, like bend. It's a flatter bend. Like, that sounds weird. It is very interesting.
It's more defined.
It is mind-boggling in the sense of something's very revealing about it. It's mind-boggling. It's very revealing. It's nice to know. I was paying attention to the skies 5 years before we ended up moving to Florida because, rabbits like to take you down some interesting burrows. We use the language a little differently than what Paul pointed out yesterday. And from years ago, from like 2013 for us, so it's going on 11 years since we stumbled and tripped and fell into some interesting information to look at things so differently, to notice and look at things differently. I love it. I love being able to look at this and go, haha, I know. I know. I don't know how to tell y'all because you really have to, unfortunately. But fortunately, if you come to Florida, wherever you're at and not in Florida, if you are not in Florida and you were able to come to Florida and stay the night and it's clear skies, a couple nights and like just take it in, or even just, I would say, several locations.
Yeah.
It looks like in California to Texas to Maine. I'm like, it is so.
It's vastly
opening.
different. Yeah.
It's mind opening, like vastly different to try and figure out what is the shape up there? What's going on? Because we went to the northern part of Michigan, up in what we call the UP, the ear of the rabbit. We went as far north as we could when it was cold out. And it was, well, I'll say cold. Michigan's kind of cold. It was November. We were able to go, and it was a clear sky. We were hoping to see the auroras, and we weren't so fortunate. But you can see more stars, but they're further away. Orion was like half the size of how I see it down here in Florida. So going what is considered north, further north as far as we could go at the time, everything was smaller, but there was more. So it's very mind-boggling, like, trying to make sense of it all. Magnifying glass concept of concave, stretched, flat, wide, just fun mirrors. I call it fun house mirrors. I'm dancing around the fun house mirrors. Very, very interesting. But this is about 30 seconds of looking at little white dots. Towards the end of the video, you can see the 3 stars, the white dots in the sky of where Orion is. And we are facing east. And that's another thing, was we were facing east, but Orion wasn't laying the same way. That was another thing. I was like, what the hell? He's like in a different directional position how he was laying.
Yeah.
It was a conundrum. I mean, it is still something.
Very interesting. I'm sure it's hard to see, and video does no justice as usual when it comes
This
to
did pretty good for what our phones are, but it's about to get a little better.
There's Orion's belt at the very top.
We're gonna have open panel when this video is over. It's like, I don't know how long, 5 minutes in, so about 35 more minutes. We are gonna do open panel. Mr. Super, so you want to join? May I join? Can you wait 35 minutes, or is it like super eager or something you want to share? I don't even know if I pinned the link. I didn't even pin the link. I don't even share the link. You would have to share it and pin it, and then it could sit there. We were on the top floor. 6. It was 6 floors.
Oh, that's right.
Of the Truman. I don't say Truman. True Hotel by Hilton. So of course I'm gonna get my shots in of going. It's as far as the eye can see. I got nothing but hot.
Oh, I got nothing.
I got nothing but hot. Yeah, it was 2:22. Yep, we're in the same time zone. 2:24 now in the morning. So now we have left the Keys, and we have left Homestead, Florida City, Florida.
Yeah, instead of taking 41 down, now we're going to take 75 across the Everglades. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a little while, Super. So, yeah, it'd be nice to talk to you.
Yeah, Super's up in Michigan.
Yeah.
I have to... Where am I? I can't... To, pin the... That little emoji bar that lets you laugh, heart. Way for me to grab the little 3 dots to pin it, I have to add a comment to push it up. Like, I'm just putting emojis in there right now so I can. There we go. Go over to my channel in the chat, click the little dots, and say pin message. There we go. Now it's pinned. Say streamer pin. This was a cool little rest stop. I mean, you can take a bathroom break, grab a snack, and learn some shit. I love rest stops that are like that.
Yeah, again, lots of places where you can pause the video, if you come back to it and, read up on all the interesting facts and wildlife. There is a lot of stuff in here. And gators, of course.
These are wild gators at the rest stop that they are newly constructing. That was like on the way. This is more of the northern part of the Everglades.
Yes, those are wild gators, not in captivity at all. They roam free.
That was cool. We got a miniature heavy rainstorm, and I look over and I was like, "You got your own hurricane tucked up under the window." I'm like, physics. There was a lot of traffic. So we were like, "What can we do to not sit in traffic?" I was like, "Hey, the Manatee Park is just up the road." I was trying to have fun with editing.
The rabbit going boing 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 boing.
There's the rabbit.
Boing 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 boing.
I'm okay. I'm always okay. It's always okay. It's okay. Okay. Boing, boing, boing. Oops. I'm trying to like. I have no idea why they painted a rabbit on their sidewalk, but I took that moment. Feel free to drop the links in, because you have a wrench, you can share, drop links to something on your channel, something on someone else's channel. We want to open up that availability to viewers, as we see ourselves as viewers, and we'd like to share videos of your channel, someone else's channel. Honestly, it makes it easier on me. I don't do well multitasking when it comes to technology. I'm going to hit a button and mess something up. So I'm like, I'm going to make you share some. Want to give people the opportunity to even get a feel for how you share. So when you share a link, make sure you add the title to it. It's a lot of copy and paste. So that, because when you're a mod, you can see everybody else's comments. When you're a mod, you can click the 3 dots next to someone's comment, and it can drop down a menu bar and say go to channel. When you have a wrench, you're a mod. You can share links. Depending on, like, every channel does it differently. Because I mod on a couple different channels. That one channel is like, only share my stuff. I don't want to promote and share anybody else's stuff. They've had a lot of drama issues. That does occur. So even trial by fire. That does happen if some of the links are just something they don't want to be a part of. Discretion is advised. Wah, wah, wah. We were talking about this the other day going, yeah, if I start doing it, because I wasn't going to hand out wrenches, I was going to do it differently. It's going to be different. It's going to be like a hard ass, but I was like, nah, let's just give everybody, pretty much everybody, trial by fire, a wrench that they can share share a favorite video from somebody's. Promote yourself. It's good. We are channel creators, but we still feel more like viewers.
Yes.
This is a long infomercial.
As my saying goes, we are viewers by the viewers for the viewers. We're all just viewers.
And apparently hall monitors in the YouTube streets of.
Yes. Like
like, we'll talk about that too.
So, Donna, I'm not sure if you know how. If you have something on your channel, you're more than welcome to share the link to your video or channel.
Or somebody else's that you're pretty fond of. So yeah, we have the wrenches on Joe's channel, my channel, and sharing the links of when you have a blue wrench or blue name with a wrench, you're a moderator and you can share links. You can also just click on the 3 dots next to somebody's name and go to their channel. That's also very helpful. And we want to be able to have a better understanding for ourselves and anybody else out there to realize that. I forget all the time too. So it's really cool and helpful to have that wrench, because if you don't have that wrench and I want to go to somebody's channel and they can't drop a link, I can't go to their channel with a little backdoor kind of skippy-doo.a. Otherwise, you have to type in their call sign, which is the name under the channel name when you're on their page. It's that @ sign with the name under it. Not every channel has the same name as their call sign. Meh. It's a stitch. We have travel buddies. We have like souvenir travel buddies. Here's the Fountain of Youth.
The Fountain of Youth, Dr. Narcolongo, Old World, Florida.
And where's this located, babe? What city?
This is in Punta Gorda.
I do not pronounce it right. I say Punta Gorda. That's the only time I'll say it.
Yes. I did turn the faucet on and take a drink of the very eggy.
Yummy.
Oh my god, it smells. It smells like
radiated
rotten
water.
eggs sitting in the sun all day. But it tastes like the sun. If you could imagine what the sun tastes like, just imagine a sunburn inside your mouth. It looks really healthy too, doesn't it? That's not the original location of it. It was supposedly in the intersection, and it was a round fountain where your livestock could come up and drink from the rim of it, and then because there's a picture article of it, there's like one picture of it. You could get fresh water out of the spigot that was higher up. But it's a neat little town. That was a moment captured. The sun is directly behind that.
The dome.
It's not actually a dome. It's a sign. It's like a 2D sign. It's not a dome. I thought it was because the sun even optical illusion. This was cool. We just happened to turn down a different street. I'm like, hey, look at all the murals. And a smidge of history, and then the light turned green, so we had to go. Sulfur is limestone, like it's just, it didn't even taste that way. It was just a weird burn. So it wasn't spicy or hot burn. It was just like a sandpaper burn. Like, you know how if you're sandpaper and you accidentally catch it on your skin, a rug burn. If you ever been as a kid, I had an older brother and sister, dragged across the living room floor on short carpet, and your whole side is like chafed, maybe even like road rash. It's a burn. It is a unique burn. To me, it was. Joe didn't feel that burn, I guess, from drinking the unique water.
Yeah, this is back to John's Pass area, where you can rent, again, anything there at John's Pass. Anything, pretty much, for water.
They have sunset tours. They have tiki boat tours. Is a bar on the water. They look like a lot of fun. I wouldn't trust it. I don't trust it. I'm like, not for me. But they look like fun. They have a Calypso, Calypso, right? Tour bus. It's a double-deck bus. They have a shark theme tour, and they have a pirate ship theme tour. That's more like family kid oriented. They do like a skit and stuff. It's really good. There are videos you can find through YouTube of John's Pass pirate ship tour, shark tour, and almost always you're gonna see dolphins. It's pretty freaking cool. Why am I back living in New York? That's a good question. Okay, hear that one. Oh, it's like a soft intro to the song.
Yes.
Wow, that is really soft and quiet. That one's so much quiet. I was having fun with editing, as even though this was a very enduring learning experience with editing. I said chopping it up, so it's not just one. This is one long footage of me trying to get my hair to work with the wind and a good angle of what's behind us. So I was like, let me just chop it up and then shuffle, like shuffling the cards in a deck. It's just slightly out of order. I was standing there and I'm like, super fun. That was fun. I did it a few times during the editing because editing can get tedious. I want to say boring, unless you kind of test yourself to try something. My dad did editing for a living. Well, it was one of his jobs, one of his things to do on his job. So I saw what he had to do, and now I understand why it took forever. 10 minutes took an hour and a half, and that's if we were just barely trimming up videos to line up together. Oh, everybody keeps saying that.
I was about to say, you got another one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm just like, I don't know what it is about me. I'm ready to color it like blue. I'm just like, I don't know. I'm having my troll issues or something. I was like, the blonde. It suits me, my skin tone, I guess. I'm like, I have my natural growing in because this was bleach, because I was trying to do red, like YouTube, or is it YouTube red? Where actually you guys can't see that, can you? No, you can't see the time frame. YouTube red, like the icon or whatever. Not so bold. It was just supposed to be a red. I think in one of our was it the first one we did, Coffee Chat?
No, I don't think anyone agrees with you.
No, it didn't work out. The red did not work out, but it looks like a splot on my head of tomato sauce in one of our live streams from like January, February? Must have been January. So to get rid of red, you have to bleach, and it took 5 times. That's what all this growth is. Like, this growth is, I bleached it to my scalp, but not on my scalp because that burns. Very carefully, and I did it myself. I bleached it, and this is the new growth coming out from January, mid-January. So this is not my natural blonde hair. I will admit it. I am a blonde, though, because this is my eyebrows. I don't touch my eyebrows with bleach or anything. I am a blonde. I do like blonde jokes. I have a sense of humor. Stick with the blonde, natural combination. Okay. I'm convinced when people kind of, I guess, we'll see how long it lasts. I'm trying to test myself even to go, how long will it last? How long will I keep it? I'm curious to see, like, the shadow root. It reminds me of Shakira when she came out in 20 years ago, 25 years ago. I liked her with that blonde hair and the dark natural root growing out. I was like, we'll see what goes on here. I might, if I want to color, I might just stick to like peekaboo colors, like the under part, because I don't know. It's like the only artistic expression that I can do. I'm allergic to makeup. I'm allergic to lotions, creams, like makeup. I'm so allergic to a lot of stuff. This hair dye is vegan and cruelty free to do colors like that. So I want to mess around and play with stuff sometimes. I can't tolerate tattoos anymore, like needles. I'm so sensitive to so much stuff. I have 14 tattoos. I was never into piercings. I'm just kind of like a rebel outcast that likes to express myself. So I'm like, the only thing I can do that doesn't bother my body in some way is the alternative rainbow hair color thing. I was like, that's probably why I'm like, something about expression of self. I did purple and blue for like 2.5 years. I think I was healing some part of my inner child teenageness. See how much less root is showing? Even from a month ago. A walnut blonde. Can you make some jokes out of that? I get the color reference, walnut blonde. I was told champagne or dirty blonde, which is more jokes. I've never heard walnut blonde, but she's nuts. She's crazy. She's a walnut.
Yes, and you can go on pontoons. The county we live in, they have pontoons themselves that you can hop on, and they'll take you up the river. And
oh, I didn't even pay attention. Another blonde joke. What did the blonde get on her IQ test? I haven't heard this one, so I actually don't know the answer. Oops. Let's try to. Now we're on our way to Anna Marie Island. It's. If I could go with dirty nut blonde. I'm just gonna combine the two.
Awesome, Shifty. Awesome, Shifty. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, this is kind of what we do. We just like to enjoy, have fun, hang with chat. We open panels sometimes. Just have really good homely chats. There's no banter, fodder, and stuff like that here. We like to laugh, have a good time, and
we can talk about drama, but we don't create drama. But sometimes talking about it does create it. It's not our intention. It's just there.
So very, very glad to have you here, and anyone else who could be watching and chilling and hanging.
The yesterday stream we did was it's a heavy topic. It was very draining, but something that we want to talk about. To be a topic that's not. I kept saying taboo. I grew up hearing taboo, but we don't talk about it. We ship it off for someone else to deal with, and I'm like, we need to talk about it. Drama belongs on other channels.
Amen. Amen. You got that right.
It's not. It doesn't mean that we won't talk about it. Kind of like.
Yeah. We'll talk about it only if.
I'll compare it. I'm going to compare it to The View. A more open-minded comparison to like sitting up here talking like The View. We'll talk about it. We can talk about it. You can come here and talk about it if I'm capable of talking about it. Sometimes I'm like, I don't know, or maybe it's just a Venus flytrap. It's just it was a trap. It was all set up. It was a skit. It was a skit.
Most of the time, you're pretty much going to see vintage films. The articles we read, stuff like this. Yeah. This is pretty much what we do.
I mean, if I see over, is Shifty? I'm gonna say he. Is Shifty Eyes on your? Not my channel. I have to go click on the tabs. So there is some old drama videos that we've been through stuff, mostly on my channel. But I want to say it's old. It's like a year and last year, a year and a half. There was some stuff that we did go through. But we're not intentionally all about that. But I ain't ignoring stuff that I see that if it bothers me and I want to talk about it, I'm going to talk about it. Because I want to shut it down, nip it in the bud if there's something going on, which did come up a little bit. We talked about it without dropping names throughout the stream yesterday. Because we still see ourselves, Joe and I still see ourselves as viewers, and we want to go hang out and connect with people. And we were referencing hanging out and seeing some shitty shit go down, and I was like, the video's not over.
I know, but I'm showing Shifty. I am the white Joker.
The white Joker.
I am this guy.
That's it. Add me, and I'm his other half. Let's see. I'm the better half. He's my better half. I'm the other better half. I'm the other better half.
Nah, you're good, Shifty. Heck, I'm glad you're
It
here.
happens a lot.
I don't care how people get here. If they come here and they enjoy it and they prefer it over drama, you're welcome here. Cool.
And if you don't like it here, at least you gave it a try. It's like, try the broccoli. Just at least try the broccoli. Then you can admit you don't like it with truth. So you tried it. Shifty's name is also Joe. Well, Joe Cool is his like channel name, tag name. But he's more of a Joe Cool than a Joshua, a Josh. I'm like, he's more of a Joe. I'm JJ because I combined the first letters of our names because my first name is Jamie. But I just did a combination and then it goes back years ago. It just kind of stuck. I was stemming on this. It was so relaxing. I love those, I call them wind chimes. They're just lawn ornaments. Dana's like, I like drama, especially in the section of the library. Now, is that in books or when someone's not being quiet so you can read the book and a shushing war occurs? Try the broccoli. Try it. Oh, what made of? I wasn't paying attention. Meh.
Well, some seem to think I'm the cooler of the Joe Cools, but don't tell the other Joe Cool that. Shh, it's a secret.
Lies. Just the other Joe Cool. Just the other Joe Cool. I'm like, well, the other Joe Cool. There's the name Joe Cool in the YouTube universe is rampant. There's so many Joe Cools.
Yeah.
There's only like there's only like 3 or 4 JJ Organics.
Yeah.
But you still can't find me.
You can find JJ Organics channel very easy. Just JJ Organics and it'll pop right up with her icon.
The win something. I just wanna the lawn ornament, that spinny lawn ornament.
Oh,
I want to say whatever they can. My brain just took a crap. Welding. I'm like, whatever they can weld. I want to say iron and tin. I've seen different variations. I don't know. Here's my phone. forget what they're called. It's probably a heavier metal to say, like sheets of. I'm blanking really hard. Brain. Still kind of tired from yesterday.
Yeah, that 8-hour stream we did yesterday was exhausting. But we had Paul, the Black Sheep researcher, aka What the Flock, on with us. We had Bernie, Crypto Alchemist. We had a new gentleman show up, Mr. Propane. Mr. Propane, I believe. That was a very nice, really nice chat with that individual as well. And Morgan was up with us. Yeah, me and my looks there. That's Blackhawk UH60.
So I was Googling. Sorry. Brass is the most prized metal to make like lawn ornaments out of. It usually just depends on what the person likes to work with. Because even brass or copper, I mean, the changes over the weathering, especially salt water. Aluminum, tin. I don't want to say tin. Why do I keep thinking of tin? Tin, plastic, and resin. I can't think of what it's called. But even in the movie Twister, before Aunt May gets obliterated by a tornado, she makes those lawn ornaments out of what probably is like thin sheets of aluminum, or most stuff is aluminum. Brass, you might. I don't think she welds in that one though. I think she nails them together. Sub y'all.
awesome.
Hilarious. Yeah, we don't really get too serious around here.
Nah.
If we do, then I have to think about why, and then it gets more serious.
That's hilarious.
Usually we're serious around here if the topic's serious, and then I try to like kind of wear myself out talking seriously, and then the humor has to set in because it's exhausting to be serious.
Yeah. Research is supposed to be fun, so we make everything fun as much as we can.
She said that was a white sun.
Yes, it
The
is.
sun is white. I'm colorblind. I still see yellow. I don't know why. I still see yellow. So I'm going to blame it on the chemicals in the atmosphere. I still see yellow. Because they were talking about that. I know they talk about it on Daydreamers. Jay talks about it on his channel, saying they're seeing differences, and it's really weird how a lot of people are seeing it. I am not seeing it. Because it's just noticeable. I'm like, I don't deny that everybody sees what they're seeing, but that's even the perspective of, again, like the topic that came up hanging out with Paul last night of what I see, what you see, 6 people up here on the panel. We could all be staring at the same statue. We will all see something different, not just because we're standing in a different position from the statue next to each other, or a circular around the statue. Oh,
Now,
Dana's never heard of Sloppy Joe? That is funny to think she's looking at Joe Cool, Sloppy Joe. Sloppy Joe is an American sandwich, hot sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
It's the name of a restaurant down in the Florida Keys. Hey, you know what? The video's almost over. Look at that. This is the end part of it.
That's why you're seeing a lot of the Skyway Bridge, which I will actually pull up once this is over. So probably talk about the Skyway Bridge a little bit anyway. Why it's such a big deal, apparently.
Every time I click on a link that someone puts in the chat, it takes me to the link, but then I come back and it says channel activity. Go to channel, report, remove, put user in a timeout. I'm like, this little menu pops up. I'm like, all I did was click the link. Why does the menu have to pop up? Like,
oh, well, yep, that is it.
So yeah, even Joe and I will click on the links that people share. If you have a wrench and you have something you want to share from another channel or our channel, but from another channel or your channel, I think that's what I meant to say. Our channel, your channel, another channel. Please do so. Try and put, it's always helpful, just information. If you put a title, the name of the channel or the title with the link or right next to the link in another, like type it in or something. It's a lot of copy and paste because Joe has wrenches on channels. I have wrenches on other channels where we moderate. You also get to see other people's comments, and if somebody gets timed out or blocked, you can click on the little timeout or I think blocked. Not block, I think makes them disappear. No, what is it? I forget how it's phrased. You can click on it because it's like, it's a fun little, I get to see it, but no one else did. What did you say? Kind of fun. You can, with a wrench, click on the 3 dots next to their name and that menu pops down and go to their channel. It's one of the best things that I think, even if you don't have a wrench, you should be able to do. Is go directly to someone's channel and they talk about they have stuff that they share and they make. Like Super Sidewinder has, I'm going to call it music channel. There is a music channel that he and other people collaborate, share, create. They make their own music. This isn't top 40 music that you can find anywhere. This is, I want to say special music. This is uniquely created, inspired, viewer homegrown music. Wait, I confused the shit out of the other Joe Cool tonight, apparently. Is anybody else live? Because we go live, nobody else was live. Oops, I hit my phone.
Yeah, I don't.
According to, I have to go back and check. I can use my phone. I don't know if anybody else is live. It's been quiet the last couple of days.
I don't know, but since this is Shifty's first time here, we're going to show you how much fun we can have with the community.
Oh. I get a kick out of that every time. I want to make a bigger one and throw random icons, the channel icons are like all over the place and make a big one. That video was a pain in the ass to make, but it's so much fun to see. It was enjoyable. Thank you guys. As enjoyable as a trip advisor and travel agent and all the other names I could try and possibly make it. We made the best of it. Yes.
Yeah.
Jam Depot. That's what's. I'm all tongue-tied and still kind of exhausted from yesterday, but still happy to be here.
Does anybody want to come up?
We do have open panel.
Open panel. Anybody come say hi, ask questions about Florida. We don't really care. We're just here, you know, as we said, we're viewers for the viewers, by the viewers. We're just here. If nobody, I guess
we'll give it some time. We'll just hang out.
Yeah, we'll hang out.
Is it possible to view? Is it possible to view other people's channels in the chat room without a wrench?
Is it possible to view other people's channels in the chat room? I want to say
they have to. Let me show you. I'll go to share screen.
Yeah, do share screen.
When I go to YouTube and you click it on, I have to click on this underneath his name is it's called a call sign or a call tag because of the @ in front of it, and you get your own. You can sometimes do your own numbers. There's numbers with it. This has to be copied and pasted and put in. This is my channel. Put in chat to share. Then somebody would have to type it in or copy and paste it, but type it in exactly as it is. So if you don't have a wrench and you can't share or click on here's Isabel. Click on the 3 dots and it says go to channel. There he is. And here is, his name is Morgan, but he goes, this is his channel name, his call tag name and number. You have to copy and paste. It's at least kind of like a backdoor shortcut if you don't have the wrench. Without the tool, it's impossible. It's a pain in the ass. Just sit there because if I don't have a wrench, or some people don't hand out wrenches, and not everybody knows how to share, or they don't even feel comfortable sharing a link in the name of their own channel, somebody else's channel, on someone else's channel. It's a lot of someone else's channel. Somebody else's channel on someone else's channel for somebody else to see their channel. My God, that's almost as fun as where is it? Or is that? Or do we still have it? Do we have it?
So what? Huh? What?
Huh?
So?
What?
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 So, well, did you?
What?
You know.
It's so poetic, right? So, we live in Florida, and the StreamYard link is pinned at the top if anybody wants to pop up here. Otherwise, we'll just hang out for a little bit and see what else.
Yeah, we'll hang out. Well, like I mentioned, I'm gonna throw in the Skyway Bridge here.
Yeah, we can talk about that. We can just look up some articles about Florida if anybody has questions about Florida, or their favorite place in Florida, or if they're curious about Florida. what bugs and reptiles and critters are in Florida.
So the current Skyway Bridge, the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, opened in 1987 and is the second bridge of that name on the site. It was designed by the Fig and Mueller Engineering Group and built by the American Bridge Company. Sure. Where do they get into the original Sunshine Skyway was a 2-lane beam bridge with a central truss bridge built directly to the west of the current structure.
Oh, you want to share?
Which are now fishing piers, essentially.
Yeah,
it was completed in 1954, and a second span was added in 1971.
So the recent bridge that had a collapse over in, I forget which city, also happened with the original Skyway Bridge.
Yes. The
like you can actually look up the news reports. We can talk about the Skyway accident. There's a lot on YouTube. So it was in the 80s. So the footage looks more like legit.
Yeah.
The storyline is kind of like suspicious.
May 9th in 1980. A freighter collided with a support beam on the Skyway Bridge, the original one, connecting Lower Tampa to St. Pete, sending a 1,200-foot section of the road into the water. Yeah, I was gonna say, wasn't that on YouTube as well?
Oh, all of it's on YouTube.
Skyway Bridge.
Oh, Flow is live. Look at that. See?
Yeah. How about that? Why not?
Fair use. We should be able to play it just fine with the sound. Oh, you don't have sound on with your share screen.
Well,
we can just talk about it over it.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
That's the original Skyway Bridge. Oh, you put captions on, we can read it. Captions. It'll read it to you. You can read it to you at 7:33 a.m. Suspicious. Anytime there's a sorry. The Baltimore Bridge, yeah, the one that I want to say just happened. That is the Baltimore Bridge. But was it named after the guy who wrote the Star Spangled Banner? I need to take a vacation from talking. Yeah, it was a. It's never a fun event, obviously. But yeah, that's what the main road, the bridge.
This is St. Pete.
Is the
connects down here.
Inlet to Tampa Bay itself. That cruise ships could not pass through here before. They can under the new, modernized. This is a very low bridge.
Yes, this was a low bridge compared to what it is today, because today you have the massive Carnival cruise liners. They literally miss the enough, it misses the bridge by what it looks to be mere inches. I think they should have built it a little taller, because
it's tall as it is. We drive up and over it. It is like steep. That's the new one, right? That's the new
No,
one.
no, this is the old one
No, it's
because
not.
it's yeah. You can see the steel. This is still it.
That's the old one.
Yeah.
I mean, it still uses the main. It's just that middle section that got replaced, but basically a cargo. Let's say cargo trailer. Catastrophe disaster happened down here, and they had to build a newer, better version.
Yeah. I want to see if they have that
Higher up.
Skyway
And then
Bridge.
I guess shortly after, they call it the Skyway Bridge. It's the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. They had to put net lining along the sides of it because people were jumping off of the bridge.
Yeah, look, yeah, look at that.
Just fits, but if it fits, it ships.
This is the new bridge, and as you can see, I'm telling it looks like mere inches it goes by. So if there's like some nice choppy waves, hey, I don't know. I
think they have to come in at low tide also, because low tide, high tide can high tide. There's no average. Like over on the Atlantic side, there's an average. It doesn't adjust very much of high tide and low tide. There's a website that I look at and use.
Yeah, I would have built
Florida
taller.
tides.net. I can just put it in the link. What am I doing? I won't spell it for you. I can just drop it in the.
I don't know about anyone else in chat, but
this website.
I would have built it.
Drop it to your page. Yeah, this is the website. I haven't looked at it recently, but had been using to track the tides in Florida. But they do more than just Florida. It was the only website that I thought was user friendly for my ability to try and use a website. Oh, I like that middle one. Yeah. And they have lights every night. That bridge is lit up.
Yes.
Different colors.
This is
at least
lit up.
There's 4 or 7, I don't know, colored. They do different themes and patterns, so it makes it fun. It makes it a lot of fun. But to say, because of the incident that happened and it knocked down the bridge, they were able to make some improvements and bring in some cruise ships to park in the bay. It brought in business. I think it's always about business, so to speak, like catastrophes in business, right? Because these cruise ships can obviously not get through with the old bridge.
Yeah, the old, and they
buffered.
Yeah, with the old bridge, it was a lot shorter, so they had to definitely make it taller. What's I want to go to the.
What's the other website I like? I also like to go to.
That's not necessarily.
timeanddate.com.
I want to see how tall it is. There it is.
These are fun websites I'm putting in chat, both of our chats, that I like to go and poke around at.
There we go. So the Sunshine Skyway Bridge is 430 feet tall. It has a vertical clearance of 190 feet above the bay. It's the highest point on the bridge tower itself. So you drive up there. That's for certain. It's a very tall bridge.
The
other thing is this bridge will become extremely dense and fog, where you cannot see more than like
The
a
bridge,
couple inches in front of you. You're driving over
the
this,
environment around it.
you can't see.
Click on the photo. Yes,
Hold
that
on.
one
I
right there.
want to see. Hold on. No. I want
Oh, and the fog.
Yeah, I want to see
Some
if they got
images.
any images. Yeah,
Image.
there you go. That
Click on it.
is,
That went to Facebook.
I don't know why it's doing that, but whatever.
No,
So
the link went to Facebook. You're showing your Facebook page.
no, it ain't mine. It's
I
whoever
can
this
see.
is.
No, I can
Matt.
see your
Matt
icon.
Debate.
I can see your icon.
Whatever. It's this guy's page, Matt Debate Weather. Up
Yeah, but
here,
it's
up top.
using.
It's his page.
I know it's using. That's the connection, though. It says it's on Facebook.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
You're oversharing.
You want a different link. Okay.
It's a Facebook link. You can overshare. You're oversharing. I'm a backseat driver.
Backseat drivers, I tell ya.
I'm a backseat driver. Welcome to marriage, people.
You found my picture, everybody. Watch out. You found my picture.
You're oversharing. You weren't supposed to make a left. You're supposed to make a right.
Anyway, the fog is the topic of the problem. If a boat or driver, doesn't matter, this can be a very dangerous area to be going through. Very bad.
Fog, whatever you want to call it. Mist was a good movie to tell you how dangerous fog can be. But some serious construction for sure. I don't know why my subtle drainage is kicking in. We already went through, I'll call it the cold season, to have drainage and congestion, and that started in January down here. It doesn't really, it's not a winter season. It gets low into the high 40s some nights. And it warms up to the low 60s during the day for what is winter. It could still mess up your sinuses. Oh, I was going to say, if you wanted to show them, because we want to go back there. We got to go back there again. The Tampa Hotel, the historic Tampa Hotel, the Henry B. Plant.
Oh,
he's the gentleman apparently who brought the railroad to the Gulf side of Florida, the west side of Florida. It was Flagler did the Atlantic side, the east side of Florida, and Henry B. Plant did the west, the Gulf side. But he also built this crazy looking, I guess just go to like Wikipedia first and do a little history. This structure.
I already had this.
All right, it's still
loaded.
Wow, that's sun bleached to look at. Oh, you're on Google Maps?
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a video of us on our channels of talking about this place, walking around this place. It looks like a mosque. Those minarets that are on top of the high point of the structure. I had to Google that. I don't know everything. Like I know some things now. I still don't know everything. I'll still forget things. Much mentioned about even in yesterday's stream going. Etymology. I love wordplay. I love listening to wordplay and the connections of a play on words. I'll call it. My brain just sits there and it's like so addicting to just listen. Why is that so bleached out?
I do not know.
Pick a different year. Can you pick a different year under that little toolbar thing? There you go. Just the year. There you go. Now we can see. Ah,
Why
I
did you
think
go back?
I don't know. Maybe you have to leave it. You have to scroll along the pictures. I don't know why. We haven't done this in a while.
This is being wonky.
So I love it. I was gonna say show where it's located. It's located on the Hillsborough River. Technically, right across the river is Tampa City. I mean, well, it's got a large porch, huge facility. I think it took me, because I was paying attention to a lot of details. I think it would take a half hour to walk around, but it took me like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
It takes some time.
Because I was recording, but part of it is a museum or they give a tour. It's a gift shop. There's the front part's a gift shop. This is part of the University of Florida.
Yes.
It was like, say it was donated, right? Very, very unique. Moorish design structure from what I've kind of learned from other people in their channels about design, themes, style. I want to say themes, style.
The architecture of this place and the time frame at which they build it in.
There you go, Wikipedia. It was the 1886, I believe, of starting it or finishing it. It was the 1880s. Very common. Why does they keep saying very common denominator? That's the pattern with a lot of these buildings. Buffered. Buffered. To repeat myself. That, what did I just say? 1880s is the pattern of a lot of these buildings and structures being built throughout a state and country. That's a lot of bricks going left, right, left, right, left, right. Even down at Fort Jefferson. You want to show them Fort Jefferson? That's the big star fort in Tortuga.
Yeah,
that's not just the one in Key West.
That's on my bucket list, basically.
It's way down on the bucket list. If you go by boat, it's rough seas for 45 minutes. The closer you are to the, because there's YouTube videos of many people going and sharing the fort. You can fly by Sea Duck plane. It's more expensive, but I feel like that would be the only way to get me there. This curve in right here, people say the 45 minutes of this right here of getting there, it takes like 2.5 hours to get there by the ferry that's offered. It is a rough 45 minutes before you dock. They have barf bags by the dozen.
Yeah, they got the
handed out because it's rough seas for some reason.
Yeah, because Key West is your plane or ferry and venture.
They say it's about 80 miles, I think, as the crow flies. I'm not sure, roughly 80 miles by boat or whatever the path is. But they say 2.5 hours. I'm trying to remember.
It was about 2.5, 3.
Yeah, about 4 hours.
I was trying
hang
to find,
out. You can dry camp there in a tent. The ferry does offer it's like a small convenience store and bathrooms when it's there, but you pack it, you leave it better than you found it. Camping, you pack it in, don't leave nothing behind. Part of every key, I'm pretty sure down in Florida, damn near every key is a bird sanctuary.
Now
Why
this
does
is
it look so sun scorched? Like Google Earth, what is up with you? Are you trying to hide more shit?
probably
Just
now,
drop the guy in there.
dry tortugas basically means no fresh water at all. It is
Oh, Tortuga is turtle in Latin. I'm gonna Google that. I'll double check. Sometimes my brain is just too stretched. Tortuga, meaning turtle. Ah, oh, Spanish word, not Latin. Some language. But dry in reference to no fresh water.
zero fresh water here.
How many bricks did it build Fort Jefferson?
16 million bricks.
16 million bricks.
Fort Jefferson was and still is the largest
So they
brick structure
say.
in the entire United States. Made of 16 million bricks shipped from as far away as
You gonna count those bricks? I'm gonna go with 16 million. I don't doubt it. Those walls are like 5 feet thick.
Oh, look, that looks like a nice place you want to walk into, right?
Yeah, I get a bad vibe there too. So Fort Jefferson was and still is the largest brick structure in the entire United States. Now I'm trying to remember my memory bank that somebody else had said before they tore it down. There was a different structure with like 17 or 18 million bricks. I believe it was a train station, a central station. Was it the Penn? It was either in I want to say Pennsylvania, New York. It was somewhere over there. There was, yeah. I like can't even function to ask the question in my brain right now. So it's kind of a good thing, I guess no one popped up to talk to us because I'm like, my deer in headlights mode is getting kicked on. So we can just probably wrap it up from here.
Yeah.
To do very outdoorsy, because even when it's the winter season, you go outside. You wear a light jacket, wear layers, basically. I still wear Crocs when I just put socks on. It's not socks with sandals or flip flops, but the toe thong sandal with socks. That's just weird. But people do it. They do it a lot because it's like I don't care mode. So, yeah, that was a fun stream, sharing, hanging out.
Welcome to Florida.
South Florida.
And
welcome to Florida.
Yeah.
Get your own palm tree.
So we will.
There's plenty to go around.
We will roll our outros because those are always fun as well.
We have personalities.
And
we like to share our personalities.
Yeah. Definitely tired after that 8-hour stream yesterday too. My gosh.
Tiresome, but definitely well needed. It was helpful for me. I know it had to be helpful for you. It was nice for like Mr. Propane. I call him a nice new gentleman that showed up to share, to be nervous first time sharing and coming up on it. It can be like nerve-wracking. And I blanked. I go, who else showed up after that?
Oh,
it was just a nice stream. It's a hard topic to talk about, but it was so nice. Everybody in chat was, I want to say, so cool and helpful and like say
Very
supportive,
supportive. Yeah.
insight.
supportive.
Because a lot of people, I never personally dealt with it. I'm a very much outsider of dealing with that topic. But I guess I desperately want to understand if there's any way or the best way to help in a situation. Because it ended up being like 8 hours. So I think Paul showed up in chat at like 5 hours, and then he popped up at the 6 hour mark. So it was almost like a separate. It was like 2 in 1 kind of stream, and I'm like,
we really had like 2 streams in one
for 8 hours, I'd say so.
Why not?
Yeah, but
that's what we do.
The old world architect, which nobody today is able to replicate. Exactly. Even with the most modern technology in their disposal. Yeah. But yeah, I'm like.
Yep. That's why the narratives don't work.
They can kind of. I mean, it's like a fake replication. I can't even say it. Replica. It's a fake replica. It's like just chintzy and cheesy to actually put, I think, the workers, like there was so much more of honorable architecture. Put your heart and soul in it. Everybody involved. I don't want to call it slave labor. You were forced to. I think there was a different energy going on, and everybody involved was like, kind of like the Amish. Everybody shows up to raise the walls and the roof for whoever needs their, built barn. Everybody shows up. Everybody gives and partakes in. Like there is a community effort. Oh yeah, Florida is awesome. Check out Florida. Stop by and say hi to a palm tree. You don't have to say hi to us, but you can say hi at the beach. Every beach is different. If I could recommend a beach that wasn't in Florida Keys, because the Keys are expensive, on the Gulf side, I would recommend Siesta Key. Old World Florida, Longo talks about Siesta Key. And I was wondering why his channel, he wasn't so active this week.
Yeah.
I know he said something about, I think his Instagram account got locked out last week because of the topic going on over there in the Middle East. Unfortunately, it's like, can't talk about it. Well, okay. You get put in a timeout. Well, okay. It's nothing I care to talk about, per se, without a lot of coded words to not get shut down, I guess. Oh my. I just don't care to talk about it. I have very little information to give input on. I'll just say it that way. I have very little information in this brain. And then I buffer. Exactly. Enough said. But I get why when people want to talk about it, they have something to say. That's great.
Well, now you got more homies in Florida, man. Yeah. Come down here and chill.
Rolling with my homies. That's from Clueless. Oh right, we're gonna say adieu. I think that's how you say.
Adios.
Is it adieu?
A goodbye.
Say adieu.
We'll catch y'all on the flip side.
I did not work. It said adieu.
And
adieu.
Yeah.
Farewell. Ta-da, da-boo-da-dee-da-doo. I don't know.
Enjoy the outros,
I know the tune.
and we'll catch you later.
Hoorah.
Sending to outer space to find another race. I'm gonna send into outer space to find another race.
Oh, boys! I'm back! Wow, it's hot!
Don't ask questions.
After you. Oh, no, you first.
When you tell somebody something, it depends on what part of the United States you're standing in as to just how dumb you are.
Grandma, you can't just kick me out. I can too.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
If you were waiting for the opportune moment, that was it.
Quick! Change the channel! Hold up. Hey. This must never be seen by anyone.
Why? Here goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Yes?
Not you, him. What's your name?
Me.
Yes, you.
I am me. He's me. And I'm you.
You, me, everybody.
Morning. Good morning.
Oh, and in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night.